like swinging his shirt, and then it just shows an incredulous hungry box.
Look at him.
Look at him trying to juke.
Yeah.
I'm losing weight after this.
You haven't worked out in a while.
You've noticed?
Kind of all noticed.
No way,
good, man.
Jim, Ludwig not.
Oh, duh.
I can't take it off as easily as
You don't have to do that.
I wanna scream and shout.
I'm good.
And let it all out. And scream and shout and let it all
How do you
out.
make it look? How do you make yourself look so ugly? How do you make yourself do that? It's like you transform.
I want to know the greatest trick I've ever played.
Can you suck it in really quick?
The greatest trick I've ever
Dude,
made is making you think
Stop holding
that
it.
I ever was beautiful.
Ludwig, it's you just
Yeah,
are.
okay, dude. Real hot guy.
You are beautiful.
Stop.
Oh my, is it hard or soft? I can't
It's
tell.
very
Why
doughy.
is it? Do you have like a gut?
Because I'm big like that.
I guess you are.
I'm big
He was
like
in a
that.
classic Ludwig fit today, which is like, the bottom half of this tank top and then some extravagant pair of sunglasses.
Yeah,
And
he looked
walked
like
in
a new kid at the Hey Arnold school.
while Zipper 3's
yeah.
parents were visiting the office, and he comes up the stairs while I'm talking to them. And then they look at him and he's like, sorry, I don't usually dress like this. And I'm like, you do.
That's
you
a good
dress like
bit.
this every day.
That's a good bit.
I like
I don't know.
Is Zipper 3's dad bald?
No.
He's balding.
No, wow.
He's bald, but he's
not bald like your
fucking
dad.
terrorist
No,
asshole.
he's not like my dad.
He's got more than you.
Is that true?
No, it is not.
Ooh.
Wait, I have a picture.
Okay.
Please.
Thank God.
Please.
Thank God.
Please. And you know who's groaning and who's not?
Yeah, you're not groaning.
He's looking up his own pictures. He's trying to double check. Do I remember this right?
When I start losing arguments,
Okay, Aiden wins the argument.
I'm going to go on my phone.
Aiden wins the
Wait,
Ludwig, you
Let me see him.
Let me see. Oh, bro.
Bro, from the front, it's not as bad.
Yeah, Rogan fixes that. That's the crown.
He deceived me. I didn't realize the top. He's a tall man.
Why do you have a picture of...
the back of your,
why do you have
your
pictures of-
girlfriend's
wait,
dad's
hold
head.
on.
You're being annoying.
Who I'm beating on is none of your.
That picture's crazy.
None of your business.
Nick has a picture.
Weird that he did that, right?
Wait. So, like, just to be clear,
Nick just pulled up a picture of my girlfriend's dad.
I
and
like
mom.
it. I like it,
Oh,
but
I have
it
a
is
picture of his
weird.
mom.
I know
Too.
she's in the picture.
Can I see her? Can I see her?
And the picture is like a bird's eye view of them.
We can show you.
Is it a warehouse
Sorry,
camera? Maybe
I have a different picture.
is it a warehouse camera?
This is so
Oh,
weird.
that's your mom.
I'm trying to...
It must be. It looks like a CCTV
I'm
camera.
cycling
photo.
That's her mom?
That's her mom.
Okay, he has a straight on photo of her too.
Aiden.
That was a selfie.
Oh my God.
Why has he got a selfie?
You get all the luck.
Yo, it's your new your new dad.
What does that mean?
What do you think it means?
I get all the luck.
You're going to have two beautiful moms. If you play your cards right with Zipper 3.
Well, that's her step.
Jesus Christ.
Shit.
You lost so much of the drink
was
in the
just
process.
so much
and now,
covered
and
in
now
it.
it looks like you wet yourself.
Covered your phone.
You have pee. Don't do that.
Stop.
You missed. Okay, that looks kind of
Stop
cool,
it.
actually. That looks kind of cool.
The Gooners are going to go crazy on that shit.
You look like $100.
You do like wet your whole pussy. Look, all I'm saying is you play your cards right with Zipper 3. Can you just send me that picture, by the way?
No, that is so weird.
That is
that
so
picture.
weird.
That is so
it's
weird.
always
I'm not
weird
gonna do
that
that.
he has it.
It's not weird. Well, if we both have it, it's normal.
No, it doesn't even it out. It's not like you
No,
get the picture
okay.
of my girlfriend's
Who's
parents
more
and then
weird,
it's
the
chill.
guy asking for it or the guy who has it in the first place?
That's
The
actually a
guy
good
who
question.
has it in the first place
I
because you
have
don't
the
know how
picture.
he got
I
it.
have the picture because Genesis happened this weekend, and as you know, Genesis was the same weekend as Valentine's Day. So me and Aiden, did what any sensible boyfriends would do, and we went to the Melee event and we ditched our girlfriends.
Bad boyfriends alert.
We left our. You were also Genesis.
Not on Valentine's Day.
It's true. He did
No, there
come
was a-
later.
Well, still trying to
accident.
figure that out. No one knows for sure where you were. But me and Aiden were definitely hanging out, and we were at Genesis, and our girlfriends hung out with each other.
Okay.
Yeah, they spent Valentine's Day together.
And they did like a yoga day, which her
Zipper
parents
3's
came to.
mom.
Yeah.
Are they doing okay? Like her parents are like happy?
They're doing phenomenal.
They're doing great.
You
Really?
actually have no shot here.
Damn.
Yeah.
They go around the country in a van together.
Oh.
And they hike a lot.
Oh.
Like your
God, they're staying
your
active.
angle here maybe is like your husband,
Let me
he
ask
only
you a
can
question.
hike 20 miles. I can hike 30.
Okay,
can't
it's
hike
nighttime.
30.
It's nighttime, and they gotta pick a movie. How's it going?
If
Like
they,
it's just them two, and they gotta pick a movie to watch. Like, what's the rationale? Is he like whatever you want, or is it like I get to pick the movie?
he seems like the type that would have a suggestion top of head, but would happily go with
God.
his
He's
wife's
gonna watch
pick.
her movie. He's gonna watch like
Every time?
Yeah.
Every time they're going to watch The Notebook or the B movie.
Okay,
or some shit.
now you're assuming something about
Now
the
the girls
like
his
the
wife.
Notebook and the B movie.
Girl,
Yeah,
no.
and-
It's the two movies.
And
It's
they-
the two types of movies.
especially women in their 60s.
She's in her 60s?
Yeah.
She's a parent of a damn 30-year-old.
They're fit for 60.
Dude.
It's because all they do is hike. They
That's so
hike and
sick.
run.
You got some crunchy ass granola ass step parents. That's going to be great. Parents in laws.
Well, welcome back to the Yard, episode 99.
I got an idea.
Okay.
Not Anther's ladder, Manswers ladder. And instead of matching up for melee sets, you match up to get answers from other
From
men.
adult men
Okay.
who have good advice.
They have good advice, but also kind of cool trivia.
Yeah.
Like dynamite weighs this much. That's a manser. Right?
Dynamite weighs this much.
Dynamite weighs 100
And
pounds.
I still have to receive the advice from regular friend. And I hate it, but I have to heed the advice.
Okay,
You're just making Ask Jeeves.
Yeah, but it's populated by real men.
Jeeves isn't a man.
Jeeves is
For
a
sure,
servant.
man.
Servants can't be men.
Yes, they can, and Jeeves was one.
Jeeves was never a Marine.
Jeeves was a servant, but wasn't a man.
Jeeves was too effeminate.
Jeeves had that clear cum.
It wasn't.
Was Jeeves NB? Like, what are we talking about?
No,
here?
no, he just
Well,
won.
Jeeves was a genie.
Jeeves just washed clothes with his hands.
Their hands.
It's Javette now.
Was Genie from Aladdin NB?
Genie from Aladdin's a man.
He had blue hair.
No, he was.
He didn't have leg.
No.
He didn't have leg at all.
He's a genie.
He was so
He-
MB, he made his whole
he-
body blue.
The reason he was a man, what was up with this? He's a genie talk. What do you think genies are?
They're a genie.
No, the genie's not non-binary.
Why
just-
are you putting your foot in the sand?
I think
here about
I think
this?
it's less likely that the gender binary would apply to genies.
I think it would certainly apply.
more
But
likely.
aren't genies dead guys?
They're like magical
Yes,
beings.
but they start as humans who become genies.
So you presumably drop gender on the way out.
That's what I'm saying. Doesn't
You're
death
leaving-
kind of wipe
yeah,
that slate?
Is everyone
you
in
gotta
heaven
be leaving gender
non-binary?
at the door if you become a genie.
Yeah, I think that makes a lot of sense.
Maybe
we can
if-
only
You
interpret.
think you've been in the bottle? You've been in the bottle 2,000 years. You're coming out and you're still locked in on whether you're a man or a woman.
Bury me with my pronouns.
That's high key. H-box would be buried with his pronouns.
Ludwig, Ogren, they, them.
This is like if people start like removing gender from dead people, it's going to be Republicans on their tombstone putting pronouns. Just to remember, it was he,
oh
him.
yeah, just remember.
It was
Yeah.
he, him.
Yeah, that's actually a
I'm
fucked up.
taking it with me.
Y'all need to know.
But I didn't have a girlfriend to bail on at Genesis, so I just went normally.
I guess. Okay.
So
It's still a very fashionable way to do it. You know, I went to prom alone.
Yeah.
it's not like going to prom.
Hello, nice to meet you, fellow smasher. I don't have a girlfriend.
It's not
Oh,
like
you
that.
don't also have
Did
a
you enter
girlfriend.
the bracket for others who were like you? It's a great way to make
They
friends.
did have a singles and a
It's,
couples
it's
bracket.
like it's the regular. It's the bracket. It's the regular bracket.
Yeah, it's funny. It's called the singles bracket.
We were joking about how me and Shake were talking about what's the most exciting outcome of Genesis possible. Now, I did float the idea of Juan Debbie Edma winning. I said that would be pretty cool. He hasn't won in a while, but we agreed that the actual hypest outcome would be Mewtwo King winning. If he won the tournament,
That'd be insane.
despite all odds, and we were saying that, and for the first time ever, even though they've always been there, all of the South Africans in the crowd would stand up and they'd all start waving their flags and they'd be singing the national anthem.
Yeah.
Finally, we have a breakout player.
Yeah, after all this time, we're finally represented.
When I
And it would
get
be
older,
it would be all the
stronger.
I was thinking
it would be
about-
all the people in South Africa that he's convinced to do things for him. Like,
Yeah.
This is the guy that drives me around.
Rewriting Invictus, so instead of Matt Damon, it's Morgan Freeman just telling Mewtwo King he needs to win Genesis to bring the nation together.
He puts on a crown and he's a white king.
We're all gonna get power if you do this. It'll be awesome.
Yeah, that would rule.
I think also one of extremely hype outcome would have been Aiden winning. Imagine.
I mean,
no, but like I know you can say anybody, right?
That's like saying, you know what would be really hype? Salami.
What if Megatron showed up?
Shut up,
Dude, and then it had sex with us.
Yes.
It's not like
What if
Emily
we fucked
Ratajkowski coming out of the
Megatron?
crowd and proposing to me. It's not like that.
What would that happen there?
Imagine Aiden.
After I beat Graves again.
Imagine Aiden and he's fucking bald and he's sitting there and the camera's on him and he's on the Genesis stage and he's like wiping his hands.
Yeah.
And H-Box is across from him.
He's playing against H-Box.
And he's locking in.
Okay.
You know, and he's fucking bald as fuck.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, it's just crazy that he's a podcaster.
Yeah, he just said fuck for the 30th time. I just hit a parlay. I got like
he's like raging.
I got like 20K in
Dude,
my
that
bank
is
account.
such an easy over. Aiden today,
Dude,
cursing like a sailor.
Yeah.
The issue is I would hate to see Aiden in a top 8 of a major tournament, not because I don't want to see him thrive, but because when he loses, he will kill himself.
He will kill himself.
I want to see him
Or his
live.
opponent.
He won't kill his
no,
opponent.
he'd kill
He doesn't
himself.
have the constitution.
It's
to
going
do
to be
that.
Moky X2.
No,
I think he'd try to punch his opponent. He'd swing it. He'd punch himself.
Yeah, he'd
like a
$1 million
cartoon.
baby
He'd punch
himself.
himself so hard that his face would go inside out.
Am I wrong?
Why did you say it like Scooby Doo?
Am I wrong?
Tell him he's wrong.
Tell me I'm wrong.
Okay, here's what
I
happened.
mean, we already have evidence.
Aiden would swing on Triff. Triff would just stand still. The punch would miss. He'd spin around, fall in a chair, $1 million baby himself. We got to pull the plug.
Yeah, we gotta pull the plug on
I pull
Aiden.
him instantly. I don't want you to suffer.
And then you'd get added on Twitter and be like, Shopify Rebellion stands by this behavior.
And I'm like, yes, sir. Yes, sir. If you guys don't know, okay, Moky, he feels really bad about this. But I almost made a big mistake because he was playing a tournament set.
Yeah.
And he was getting yelled at, and people were going like, yeah, get those. He's Canadian. And the tournament.
And they add the tariffs.
Get the tariffs ready. You're about to be our 51st state. And they're just yelling that at him.
We're gonna colonize your butthole.
Yeah, they're yelling.
I don't think they
It's
said
more
that.
about
Well,
the.
it was rumored.
I
It
think
was
they
rumored.
said
So
that.
we should
We're
include
gonna
it.
invade and tariff your butthole.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Part of the rumor.
Were
we should
you
include
there?
it.
Were you?
I was there. I said most of it.
So he's getting yelled at by people not playing with him.
Yeah.
And then after winning,
Yeah.
he turns around and he's like, dude, fuck you. Come on, you piece of shit. Kill yourself. And that
Before you said kill yourself,
What's up?
he said something pretty awesome too. He said, suck my fat fucking cock and balls.
Did
he pause?
Yeah. It was
Suck my
pretty-
fat fucking cock and balls.
And then he went, yeah. It was pretty awesome.
And there's a video. There's a video. And he had a hot gamer moment.
Yeah.
And look, I like to hold it back. I think it's too far personally.
Okay.
Do you?
What?
You think it's too far?
You think it's too far?
Yeah, I would say that's inappropriate to say. Is
No,
that
I think most people would say it's too far.
I'm on the same page.
right?
Oh,
I'm with most people. I don't think you should be saying that to other people.
you
in the
should
world.
be saying that to other people.
Ever.
Under no circumstances.
Unless they said,
Did you
please,
say
can
it-
you say kill yourself so I can live for another 100 years? And only this phrase
Or
unlocks.
if they said, if you don't tell me to
Right.
kill myself, I'm going to actually do it.
Okay.
That maybe
Yeah.
those
Right.
like niche one-offs.
Trolley
but
problem esque, you know.
Personally against the whole
Right.
thing.
Yeah.
And you'd live and die by that.
Live and die by that. But I got tagged and I found out all about all this because someone tweeted at Ludwig and then at
Narc.
at Shopify and they're like, "Are you guys really having a player on your roster who does stuff like this?" And I saw it and I wanted to tweet at them, "Kill yourself."
That would have been so
oh my god,
fire.
That would have been unreal.
Yeah.
And I'm drafting the tweet and I'm like uppercase K, lower no, maybe
No,
go
no,
lowercase,
all
lowercase.
lowercase.
That person had their leg like this over a rake. It was all the way over a rake. And they're like,
And
make
then
me do it, Ludwig.
Nick Yingling of all people comes in.
Yeah.
And I'm telling him about the, I'm like, oh, you see the Moky thing? He's like,
Yeah.
yeah, Moky feels so bad. And I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, I talked to Moky. He feels literally so like cut up about it because, you know, he didn't, you know, he acted like emotionally and
A little mad
irrationally and he
sometimes.
didn't mean to say that. Like it's a real person. He just didn't mean it. And I was like, yeah, that's good. That's good. Good Moky. Good on him.
I don't like the writers of the season having Nick Yingling come and deliver the news in
He's
full
becoming our
sentences.
moral beacon.
I have a way around this. We're going to do some damage control of it. We're going to make a new rule for Melee. Okay. Every CRT is going to have a timer above it that doesn't start until the set is over. And it's about like 8 seconds. And until that timer hits 0, you can say whatever you want. You can say anything.
this is a bad idea.
No, this would save Moky if we had it at the time.
I think people
This will also save that one Ganondorf guy.
yeah,
He took way more than 8 seconds. I'll dial it to 6, but trust me. I want you to know it does not change the example you brought up.
It's the end of the lobby at the end of a CS:GO game. Yeah, that's
exactly. You get all the anger out right there, and then they go home and they like don't hit their wives.
I think instead
the purge, but it slurs.
Yeah,
I think instead you shout into a box.
White men lining up for their N-word path at the Purge factory.
At the Purge factory to get the one.
It would be around the block. I think instead you shout into a box and then it just gets recorded and then you can listen back later and then you can listen to what you're like.
A box you can shout anything you want into. This is just a confessional.
Yeah.
This is also just like a recording
Did
device.
the yard invent religion again?
Yeah, and we need a god. Probably Mewtwo King.
Yeah.
Well,
of all the figures.
Well,
dude. I almost died on the way home from Genesis.
You didn't. Shut up. No, you didn't.
You're such a moron.
I don't know shit about this.
Well, okay, first off, mean, right? That was mean to say. Are we just going to glaze over that?
What'd he say?
He said you're such a moron.
I remember what I said. Blacked out.
Call me a freaking moron.
Well, you haven't proven why you're not.
Well, I haven't proven why I am. Am I just default a moron?
Yeah.
Yes. Sorry, I
A
was drinking
moron
my
until
matcha.
proven innocent.
Okay, so
This story's not going to help.
well, okay, so we were at dinner.
You look like you're right now. You look like you're like an older brother, and you're about to reveal that you also shaved your head because your little sister has cancer, and then she's gonna cry. That's the vibe you got.
So my little sister's Aiden. He doesn't have cancer. He's just a cancer
it's
to his
Aiden,
opponents
and he's gonna
online.
start
And he's
crying
also still balding.
when he sees you have the shaved head.
Aiden is just a balding woman.
It's still red. We're at dinner. Us three. Slime's not there.
I wasn't there.
Slime said no. No, I need to.
Please.
I'm gonna zipper. I'm gonna send you a photo.
Zip
Always some
AFK.
shit,
I'm gonna
bro.
send you a photo.
I always get
Zip
I don't even
AFK,
know what he's
zip AFK.
fucking talking about.
Oh, Zipper's still AFK? Fuck. Okay.
Just
Shake.
just send
Really,
it.
this is important context.
Yeah, please.
Shake at the at Genesis goes to like the concessions line. Not known for amazing food at the Genesis Theater.
Absolutely
And he
not.
orders the meatballs. I took a really funny picture of Shake looking at the meatballs with his phone out at like Genesis. It looks so funny.
Shake's a freak, huh?
I'm excited to show you guys.
Is it his thing to order the weirdest shit on the menu?
I gotta go find the person who made the website and see if they're willing to add a second photo. Because I do think it
His face just turns into that again.
he looks like he's sad about it. Anyway.
Wait for it to hit the Tina Kitten
So
timeline.
I go up to you guys after your block is over and I'm like, do you guys want to eat? And you were like, no. And you were like, yes. On the walk over to food, this is less than 10 minutes after I asked Slime. Slime messages Shake and said, where'd you get those meatballs? I want those meatballs. So he was hungry. He just said no to us.
Dude,
no, he
I
had a
to get
flight to catch, and so he didn't have time for dinner.
What time was your flight?
It was like right after.
was
Also,
like
it wasn't
6-ish.
10 minutes later because I was in the airport already. I remember it.
Wait,
Here's what I said.
Sorry, that's even more embarrassing. You were in the airport thinking about these meatballs?
I wasn't. I just looked at his story because he. Okay, this is what I said.
So you asked him about the meatballs when you couldn't have
You
them.
can't get the meatballs.
That is confusing.
You replied to their story. How did you get this? Is what I said. He said
so they made this thing called fiat currency.
because
They initially backed it by gold, but then they switched to silver.
I'm being clowned right now, but I know I'm in the right, so I'm relaxed because because it's an auditorium. It's like a stadium, right? I'm I have never. Maybe I'm uncultured. I have never seen this option.
It's a weird option.
He
Yeah.
like brought pasta. I looked like pasta and meatballs, like a bowl of spaghetti, into the venue, and it's while he's watching Melee. That's what the picture was. So my question wasn't, "Those look good, boss. Can I get some of that, my goat?"
It was, how did you get
what
that
the
food?
fuck
It
are
was,
you
how
doing?
did you acquire
get
pasta?
that? And then he said concession stand.
Yeah.
We are at Steakhouse if you're trying to. And then I said, no, I'm at the airport. I thought you brought in pasta. That would have been a move. That's how the conversation went.
You know what?
I'm saying. So
Hashtag.
next
Did
time
your
Wolf
mouth
tries to cancel
Save.
me.
Did your mouth water a little bit when you saw the picture?
No, they looked gross. I promise you. I was
I
my
don't like
my most
meatballs.
normal day.
I've never even eaten a meatball.
I was promised I was being normal. And then I ate a whole bag of Chex Mix on the plane. Finn.
So yeah, we did all go to dinner, and you went to the airport. So question for you: how far is the airport from the venue?
It's like 13 minutes.
It's close.
Yeah.
Not even.
It's not even. So you can get there quicker
It's
too.
really close.
Very close. So close, in fact, that we were talking about how like, oh man, our flight's like in an hour and change. Like, should I be nervous? And I was like, nah, it's fine. It's fine. Well, you could bird there.
This is what he does, bro. He does.
He said this
shit.
in passing at
Did you
dinner.
bird there?
He said you could bird there.
Did you bird on the freeway?
Because I asked.
He did this before.
I asked if Ludwig, like, are you coming with us, or like, how are you getting there? Because me and Dan were heading to the airport, and and it was just a bump in the conversation. Talking about a scooter.
So I
Ludwig
couldn't
put a bird on the freeway like 5 Genesises ago. It was crazy.
I did do that. I couldn't go with them because I needed to go back to my hotel to grab stuff. And then when I was in my hotel, I was just mapping it out. And then next to the big car option is the bicycle option. And I clicked it, and it turns out that there's a trail that goes directly from downtown San Jose to SJC uninterrupted. It is all a bike trail all the way through, and it takes like 25 minutes.
Sure.
Phenomenal.
Okay.
And I'm like, dude, put some tunes in.
Why do this over the car?
Because it sounds so delightful to be on a bird with the wind sweeping my hair.
I also want to clarify.
They don't all look windswept.
You might get to the airport like an hour before your flight normally.
Sure.
He had less than an hour already.
Before choosing the option.
Before choosing this option.
The longer option.
It was a time crunch.
He had quite a bit. I think he had like maybe 50 minutes at the point that we actually got out of the hotel.
50 minutes before the flight took off.
Okay.
And then,
which means you're boarding in 10 minutes.
And
Yeah.
And it was a little less because Southwest boards closer to departure time, but I was basically like, okay, if I run the bird now, I'll actually get there at 7:45, and I think it boarded at 7:45.
Yes.
Okay.
So I was like that.
Right.
Keep it
W.
for an 8
You're so weird.
You will
departure.
enter the
Why do you
airport
do
at that
this shit?
time.
For an
Like
8:10
7:40, I'll enter the airport, and then I'll get through everything. I'm fine.
And I've maximized.
That was 5 minutes.
I didn't have to spend 20 minutes in an airport, so I win. So I win.
Okay.
And I
how did you
enjoyed
almost
the
die?
ride. Well, the ride went not as I thought it would.
Okay. I'm
So
inside the Ludwig YouTube video. I can feel it.
So I get the bird. I get the bird now, and I start driving.
I get the bird, then I get my bike. You know?
Ayo.
Okay.
And the bird's a woman, and we're Australian.
Yes. Well, from the UK.
I help you.
Continue, yeah.
And I'm using like my AirPods to guide me, and it's like, and it has me go down this park, and I'm thinking I'm so fucking sick because it's actually breathtaking.
Is it?
It's a beautiful park.
At night.
It's lit up everywhere.
All right.
There's like people like skateboarding and gallivanting.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a lovely time.
Rich San Jose boomer tech fucks.
Yeah.
They might as well all be just beheaded.
Sure. But they're having a great time
But they're
tonight.
not yet.
All of them
yet.
own a Juicero.
And they're
They
talking about
drove their
Juicero.
Juicero to the
They
park.
drove. That's how they got there.
I'm listening to Orient Dance on Max Throttle.
Okay.
And then the lights start to go away. And I'm listening to my thing, and it keeps making me, there's like forks in the road, and left is like the actual highway, and right is deeper into the woods. And every time it's telling me to go somewhere, it's like, go right at the fork, and go right at the fork. And after 3 go rights, I cannot see the road.
Okay.
And I'm below the road too, because it goes down. And there's no lights except for the headlight of
Is
the
it
bird.
paved?
It's like a bike path. Like literally a bike path that it's like those very narrow ones where it's like one's going this way, the other one's supposed to go this way.
It's paved.
Yeah, it's paved. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's like a nice paved bike path. So I'm like,
okay.
Yeah, without lights.
without lights.
All right.
And so I'm birding.
Does your bird have a light on the front?
My bird has a small light in the front, so I can kind of see, but I kind of have to lean down to get like maximum vision cone of it.
Okay.
So, and then I get like kind of jump scared because like I'm birding and then there's no lights, but then a cat pops in to view on the bird light. And I'm like, the cat. And then like another cat comes and there's like 3 cats. And then I'm just like flanked by like tents. There's just like
Okay.
Oh, homeless
20,
world.
Yeah.
every 15 feet is another tent.
You found homeless world.
Homeless world.
Yeah.
And for a mile straight, it's just tent.
I wish they
tent.
ripped you limb from limb.
Yeah, you went to the back of the Snowpiercer train.
Snarling,
And-
eat your bones.
Yeah,
And
they
I'm-
start eating your hoodie off
And I'm
you.
birding through and I'm taking more rights. and then I
They're
come
gonna eat
across
that $10 hot dog of yours, bro.
there's a small light in front of me and the light's getting bigger and I realize it's fire. And on the bike path, there's just a fire that some homeless people
Hello,
made.
fellow bikers. I too have gotten lost.
Dude, they're just cooking atriot over a spit.
And I would love to get some warmth around the camp you guys have provided me.
He's got an apple in his mouth.
I don't stop. I'm short on time. I swerve around the fire. I swerve around atriot.
Yeah.
I take the apple. I take a bite.
Naturally.
like you're on your way to school in anime.
Yeah.
And I have like maybe 15 minutes left for my ride, but it tells me to go right one final time, and I can't because it's flooded.
Okay.
It is just filled with water.
This is like when SpongeBob and Patrick go to the bikini rock bottom.
Yeah. Very much like that because it's very dark. I can't go right, so I'm like, I just go left. That's simple. And what I don't realize is left is private property.
Okay.
And I didn't realize that. I thought it was just a road because I saw a car. I was like, civilization. And then when I get closer to the car, I see the house, and the car light is on. Like they're in the car chilling. And I get close, and there's like nowhere to go. And then they get out of the car, and I'm like, bad.
Yep.
I shouldn't be on here.
It's happened to me once. I got a gun pointed at me.
I don't even entertain the idea. I just rip like right through some random trail they have.
Coward. Just coward move. Could have disarmed the perp, but whatever.
I instead of disarming the perp, I go about 100 feet when I start to get like beep, beep, beep on my bird.
Oh, it's dying.
I'm outside of the bird zone.
Yeah, I was thinking this happens. You go outside of like the AOE and it just disables it, so you can't like ride it to Nevada.
Certain areas you can't ride it. One of those areas is the airport.
Oh,
The whole airport is a bird-free zone.
Okay.
And what happens is it doesn't shut down, but it goes to 3 miles an hour. And just the location it shuts down, if you try this, if you guys want to live through my life, is under a bridge. And so it's pitch black. And I'm just walking under this fucking bridge.
Did you leave the bird?
And no, I'm using it to transport my wares. Because I have the trash bag of my stuff.
why do you have a trash bag? What's in your trash bag?
Dude, why do you trash bag? Why you didn't explain that?
Because that's just my stuff, my bag. Like, so think of it like my
But you
suitcase.
got on a plane to San Jose without this.
It's strange that is your bag. You understand that.
You guys know how I travel, right?
You have a trash bag with your stuff in it?
So when Ludwig goes somewhere, he doesn't buy anything. He doesn't carry a bag. Sorry. He doesn't have anything. He just gets on the plane with what he's wearing. And if he needs shirts or whatever, he just buys them at his location.
At dinner, we were halfway through. He was like, Aiden, you got any socks?
Yeah, he asked for socks at dinner.
Asking for
You got any
clothes.
clean socks?
And I whispered it because I actually was afraid he might get embarrassed. I said, Ludwig, you're not wearing socks? And he goes, I'm not wearing socks. And I get loudly, like he corrects my whispering. He goes,
I'm not embarrassed.
He goes, I'm not wearing socks. I'm not wearing underwear.
Yeah.
And I'm like, we're at a steakhouse.
In the middle of a nice restaurant. And then I break the socks out. I pass the socks to him like I'm doing a drug deal. I like give him just under the table.
You dap him up and there's socks in your hand.
I packed well. I had a 2-day trip. It was San Francisco day 1, San Jose day 2. And I packed an undershirt with a t-shirt. And I thought to myself, day 1, I go t-shirt. Day 2, I go undershirt. Okay, day 1, I go with underwear.
Which day
day
was
2,
underwear?
I go without underwear.
It's crazy.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Why didn't you just wear the underwear 2 days
Why
in a row?
not just
That's
take
fine.
a
Yuck.
backpack?
That's disgusting.
That's fine.
2 days of underwear in a row?
There's this weird idea you have where rubbing your balls on the same piece of clothes for 2 days straight is bad.
That's nasty.
Only if you take them off.
Well, no, if you
take them off and put them back on, that is crazy. But if you just don't take them off,
But I
guess
take them off to shower,
that's
and then I
fine.
put them
For
back
like a
on
weekend,
out of the shower.
like just for a Saturday, Sunday. Because
yeah.
you're also going home that night.
So
it's
what
like,
was in your trash bag?
My dirty underwear, my dirty socks,
You didn't want to leave them behind.
my dirty t-shirt. No, I like them.
so you had a trash bag that smelled like your balls, but
and
also
your-
had your stuff in it?
And it had
your
my
Steam
Well, my
Deck.
only thing I brought on the trip was my Steam Deck.
You're in the one that you guys were playing earlier?
You're a millionaire. You're a millionaire.
And you don't stay
Take
a
a
millionaire
backpack.
without making some concessions.
Do you think a backpack is like gay to wear?
Yeah,
like,
kind of.
What
I think,
is-
I think the airport, the people in the airport are gay.
You wear a fanny pack.
Why do you hate a backpack so much?
I don't like the fucking check-in security. I don't like to put it in the top. I don't like
You don't have to. You put it under your seat.
unpack
If you
it and
unpack that,
pack
you don't have to
it.
put
You
it
don't
in
have
the
to do that
top.
shit.
I don't
I
like
wore a
any of
backpack.
that.
I didn't check.
Don't you have TSA pre?
Yeah, and you know
You
how
don't
much
need to unpack
faster
it.
TSA pre is when all you do is go Steam Deck and then walk through? It's sick.
You know, it's the same.
The
It's a
TSA
backpack.
exactly. You don't have to take anything
So
out.
insane.
You have clear. You have clear TSA pre. You're a millionaire.
If you were really about it, Ludwig, you wouldn't bring the Steam Deck because even stopping for the X-ray for Steam Deck or backpack, same amount of time. Because you don't take anything out in TSA.
Unfortunately,
so if you were really about
I
it,
am just a gamer.
no items. You would raw dog.
Unfortunately, God has afflicted me.
Then you
Okay,
should
I have a
poison.
question.
Then you should have a backpack for your items.
Was your Steam Deck in the ball sack bag?
Yes, but in its case. So the case is dirty.
Okay.
It's protecting it from the balls.
The Steam Deck is
But the
I
Steam
protected.
was
Deck's not
watching him play on it earlier. There were no stains on it, so
I wipe it every time I play it.
for the ball sack. Okay,
So you made
you're
it.
under a bridge. You have your sack full of wares.
Yeah.
The bird is now going 3 miles an hour. You're late for your flight.
I'm now gonna be late because I have to walk. So I'm just walking the bird and it's scary. I'm scared.
You're not scared.
I'm scared
Why would you be scared?
because I'm under a bridge and it's dark.
You have told me 100 times you're not afraid to die.
I'm
Where is
just-
that, pussy?
I'm scared of the dark.
Maybe he's scared that he'll get hurt but not die.
No, I don't think he's scared of that.
I was low
think he's
key.
lying?
I was low key
Yes.
a little. I was low key a little creeped out. I was a little sketched out.
You were afraid that a homeless man in a top hat was going to come chew your dick off?
Yeah,
While he
I
just scats and
just saw.
screams at you?
Bear
he
in
even
mind, a
talking?
mile before I saw them spit roast Atrioc.
Right.
So yeah, I'm a little freaking
Two
sketched
barrels,
out.
and they're just like, it's like there's just two guys like with giant dreads. Ooh, oh, and here's just roasted.
Yeah.
His eyes are popped.
Yeah, he's been dead for a while. You could tell it wasn't pretty.
they're
either.
late.
I'm also scared of missing my flight and then having to admit the reason I missed my flight,
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
is really bad.
Yeah.
Sure, it is embarrassing and stupid.
So I walked the bird
And
to
then they
whoever.
put your underwear through the X-ray, and they thought it was radioactive.
Yeah, for some reason the X-ray it has bones in it.
Yeah, they were.
the
They,
X-ray
it's so
shows
nasty.
last
they gave it to a
date
German
wash.
Shepherd, and he threw up, and then he ate his own throw up.
They can't use him anymore.
You
They-
killed
broke
the
dog.
canine with your balls.
Yeah,
sir.
you broke the dog. It
You're
can't.
gonna have to pay for that.
And then I walked the bird. Shout out to whoever has to pick up birds. I walked that shit so far outside the zone. I walked that bird a clean
I think
mile.
it's gonna decay straight into the ground. I don't think anyone's gonna go get that one.
That maybe. and then I had to cross like the 5-lane highway, which was fun
Yeah.
because
All
you're
in all, was the experience worth, like, now that you've seen all that and done all that and made that mistake, would you say you don't regret it? Or would you say I should have just taken a car?
I would do it again.
You do it again.
Not
If it was daytime, yes. Nighttime, I wouldn't.
okay.
Daytime, 1000%. I would recommend the ride.
Okay.
I would recommend it.
Well, daytime you get there, Atrioc's still alive on the stick.
They don't spit roast in the day.
You could have saved
It's
him.
a night
I
activity.
mean, it's hunt during the day, cook during
Yeah.
the night.
Yeah, yeah.
In
and
the
they
day, you
found
just see
him.
A-Truck there gambling. And you're like, I wonder where that's going to go.
He was talking about mahjong a lot this weekend.
That's so funny.
I get there. I got to the airport right on time. I get there and they start boarding.
you're awesome.
Boarding
Yeah, you're
was
great.
in progress, and Ludwig walks over, and I see him, and he's
You had the
kind
same
of
flight?
he looks disheveled. He's kind of like breathing heavy, and he's carrying his trash bag, so he doesn't look good. And you know when Ludwig walks in, and it's often
come on, don't
like,
I
damn,
look
like
good.
how does he look
Yeah.
so money?
Yeah,
and this
yeah.
is the exact opposite. It's like Ludwig looks like shit.
He's got like motor oil on his face. It's like, what the fuck
He's
happened to you?
huffing the bag, like paying, like,
I
That's
asked him-
Jankum.
yeah.
It is Jankum.
I was like, "Are you all right? Like you came. It took you a while to get here." He's like, "I took a scooter to get here." I didn't believe him
So
at
do you
first.
throw the trash bag away, like, before you go in the airport? And you just held your items? Or, like,
No, keep
he
his
had
trash
the
bag.
Uses
trash
it
bag
as a
at the
bag.
gate.
So you
He
did have to put a
boarded
bag
the
through
plane-
X-ray.
He boarded the plane with the trash bag. Exactly.
So you
It
spent
doesn't
the
make-
effort.
It
He
doesn't
doesn't
make any
have to
sense,
do it
Nick.
twice.
It doesn't make any sense.
He doesn't have to do it on
And
the
the
way.
only reason I had to do it this time is because I couldn't wear the shirt because it smelled like cigarettes.
Dude, yeah, you smoked a bunch, right?
Yeah.
And Nick
smelled
Yingling,
bad.
Nick Yingling, a criminal, ran into his own problem at the airport. Forgot we just got these. A friend of ours came back from a trip.
He just went to like a Home Depot. Like he thought it was
He
an
just
airport.
thought he's like he
I thought
doesn't
that
know.
big
I thought the
buildings are
planes just
airports.
left from everywhere.
No, he fucked up bad,
He
actually.
fucked up actually pretty bad.
Yeah, because you know how Ryan got us all the knives?
Yeah. He had his?
He had
He's in
his
his
knife.
bag.
What the fuck are you doing?
Oh, so it got taken from him.
Dude. So
No,
but
worse.
it's worse than that. They like, we can, like you can get arrested and like fined for
They start
doing that
talking
because it's a
to him
weapon.
nice. They go, because he has TSA pre. I think that was the big issue. And when you have TSA pre, they just
it's like you're
check
trying to
you-
sneak it through pre.
Yes, they check you less.
Yeah,
you don't
yeah,
have to like do as much work. So when you abuse that, you get punished. And the way this guy was talking is like, yeah, you can get arrested for this. You can be on a no-fly list if you try to do this shit. And then the what I think he's dealing with now is they take away your TSA pre.
No.
Yeah.
He's bummed about that.
Dude.
And then he's confused because he's obviously made a mistake. He had just forgotten it was in there. And the
He
first
also is not sure how something is looking through the things he's
Yeah,
wearing.
he's
like, it
like,
doesn't make
can I
any
just
sense.
talk to Ray?
how did you know?
And maybe we can sort all this out. Like,
First name
first,
X.
first of all, how did he look into the bag?
Yeah, is this some sort of? Is there a sorcerer that I can speak
show
to?
me. Let me speak to him.
It's just X/Ray. I just go on the website.
Which one of you does the sorcery? He's mad and confused, apologetic, but because he already got to Genesis with this in his bag, and he's telling them that. He's
That's
like,
awesome. That's a really smart
which
thing
maybe
to do.
isn't good.
Yeah.
But he's like, what are you talking about?
I already brought this on a plane.
I flew from
already showed
Burbank
this to the
to
pilot.
here. Like they didn't stop me. They didn't stop me with it then. I didn't know.
I had several of these. I gave them out.
That's surprising that he didn't catch on the way here.
Yeah. I was like, which didn't give me a lot
It's
of
like
faith in the
it's
whole
a
process,
butterfly
to be
knife.
honest.
It's like very you don't. It's like one of those rare knives where you know it's a knife without even seeing the
Yeah,
blade.
it's not like a lithium-ion battery where it's like,
Yeah.
I didn't know it was in this.
Or
Yeah,
like a
yeah.
Leatherman
And
with like
there's no
tools.
doubt. It's not like, oh, it's a butter knife or a decorative
It's made of
one. It's
bone,
like
dude.
it looks like it's made to kill people.
Yeah, it was made in the Philippines because I got one too. It was made in the Philippines and it literally has oil on it, like the oiled up knife because
It's
they
fast.
hand make them. So
It's a
it's
fast-
To be able to cut through quick.
Yeah.
Well, Yingling, you know
So
what?
Yingling's a terrorist.
He actually is the
Yeah.
closest thing to a terrorist than any of
He's
us.
on a no-fly list now, which he thinks means he will never fly.
Which
He thought maybe one day
He
he'd
thought
get
when you turn
wings.
30, you're able to fly.
Yeah. Well, see,
at
he's
your
taking
body.
it pretty hard.
He's taking it hard,
man.
Yeah.
He works hard, bro.
we gotta be careful, man.
He works hard. If he ever quits, I'm done.
You'll just hire another minion.
I couldn't.
No, it'd be bad.
He's too powerful.
He's got a lot of
It's like
knowledge.
losing Beto. You lose Beto, you never get another minion like him again.
Dude, at Genesis, so you know Lord Fartimore?
Yeah.
Yeah, so for those who don't know, Lord Fartimore is a notorious, he's like a skull level 99, like a chat monster. Like
I see him in every chat, dude.
he was in Ludwig's chat since he had like a couple hundred viewers. I think
He's a degenerate.
he's a degenerate.
He's
and
possibly multiple people.
that's the thing. So I'm at Genesis, and Fartimore and I have a very frosty relationship. When I see him, I wish him death.
As do
I
most
wish him
people.
death.
This is not an uncommon feeling.
Yeah, and it's just normal. But I tweeted out about how like Genesis is great because I was there and I was having a good time. And then he replies to my tweet and he says, "I'm here. It's time to do this," or something like that. He said, "I'm here. Let's meet." And I'm like, "Let's fucking go." I'm like, I want to beat the shit out of this guy. and I was like, all right, fine, let's meet up. He's like, after this Aura set, or the Melee player was playing on the big stage. He's like, after this set, meet me by DDR. I'm like, okay. I instantly go to DDR. I don't even watch the set. And I'm sitting there and I'm waiting for it to end. And along comes another old head named Potato Saul. And Saul sits down. I know that he's
Recognize
like
that name?
Yeah, he's like old bad Melee head even. Like this is the gathering of the old heads. He sits down next to me. He's like, what's up, dude? I've seen him around. And he's like, what's up, dude? I saw your tweet. I've never seen him before either. I want to see him too.
Is it cool if I just sit here?
Yeah,
wait
and I'm
with
like,
you?
yeah, let's beat the shit out of this guy.
Yeah,
Let's
yeah.
do this. And I'm sitting down and we're just kind of talking and the Aura set ends. And now we're just waiting because he has never seen this person in real life. I haven't. Most people haven't. So now everyone walking by, we're just kind of looking at them. We're just like, there's like a 40-year-old bald dude. And it's like, is that more? He like walks by. So he's kind of looking at us because we're obviously looking at him. And we just like look down and then he keeps going. He's like, And
it's like trying to find your blind date at a bar.
dude, it was like a spy movie. And I just realized, like, we don't know what he looks like. He could send anyone.
Moky comes over and sits down. And he's like, "So you've been waiting for me?"
And we'd be like, "Ah!" And we're just sitting there, and we're sitting there for way too long. Like the melee sets are going on the big stage, and then another one just goes by. No one has come and approached us. No one, and I'm like, I stand up and I say, "Fire more!"
That you are one of the few people that can break that tension. Because most people would just sit and wait, and you grab it by the
was taking too
horns.
long. He said, "I'm going up after the aura set," and he didn't. And me and Potato Saul are like, what the fuck?
To do but
and
yell,
we're just like theorizing.
Because you have no way to message him
and I'm
anymore.
like, what the fuck do we do, bro? And he's like, I don't know, man. This is like, he's like, I'm starting to get freaked out. It's like, I'm fucking freaked out.
Like a horror movie.
Yeah. And so I'm like, fuck this. And I go, fire more. And I say, I'm leaving.
Show yourself.
And I walk away. I go do something else. I get a reply, and it's a picture of me and Saul.
So he just fucking sat there and watched you.
Sat there. And he staked us out.
He's a genius.
He's in your head.
He's a terrorist.
That's so cool.
And so I go back. I instantly go back to DDR. He comes back too because we like split off.
Yeah.
Tato goes back. He's like, dude, did you see that? I'm like, you're fucking not. And I'm so mad. And it was like at a vantage state, like I could pinpoint where he took the picture.
Yeah.
So I go to where it was. It's empty chairs. Dude, it's crazy.
It's like a little riddle.
Yeah.
There's like a note on the
I'm messing
ground.
in the chair. You'll never catch me.
It's a picture of me with my head blown apart. And I'm like, God damn it, I fucking hate
Go
this.
somewhere where the farts are more. The bathroom.
Yeah. He fucking got me. And we're just standing there, and we're just like, we're literally about to like say goodbye again. It's like, I'll see you around, man. If you find anything, like let me know, because now we're on this case. And all of a sudden, a guy walks up. He's wearing a one-piece Los Angeles Lakers jacket. Maybe you're familiar with this piece of clothing.
It's a collab.
It's a collab.
Does it look cool?
Ludwig is an expert on both.
I don't think it looks cool.
Does it ever pull it up? I haven't seen this.
One piece Lakers collab jacket.
Yeah, that'll work.
Yeah, I'll also send it to Zipper because I took a picture. But this guy comes up, and he just comes right up to me, and I will never forget his face. And he just leans in and he says, "I'm Lord Fartimore," and walks away. Me and bro are stunned. Yeah, that's it. That's exactly it.
Yeah,
Me and bro are stunned. And he just walks away.
That's ugly.
And we start talking about like, that could have been anyone. Like he could have just told somebody. He might not even be here.
Yeah.
He just told somebody to like go do this.
Because the walking away, it almost implies like, well, if you leave, then you don't have to answer questions.
Yeah, you have no way to prove.
Yeah.
Dude, and hold on, let me send you the picture, Zipper. And so I was like, do we like chase this guy? Do we like
Yeah, you beat him with hammers.
do we like
Chased him.
I put it in the group chat.
I think you
Zipper.
just appreciate what you got.
And so and part of it I was like, I mean, I don't want to like
It's a beautiful mystery.
I don't want to like grab him and then turn him around and it's just like a black circle.
Yeah.
You know?
It's a missing texture.
Yeah. And so I turned to Saul, I'm like, we're following him. And so we just follow him. And we just walk. And we're just talking like, do you think it's him? Like, do you remember his voice? Because there was, people have seen Fartimore because he was the guy who asked Armada at Genesis, hey, did you fart in that chair? He asked him straight up, which is a great moment in Melee history. So he's been around, like he exists. He's a human being. Okay. And like, you know, we were talking about like there was like a black guy that walked by and was like, I don't think he's black. Like, I just don't like we were trying to like figure it out. And we were like, it might be him, it might be not. And we just follow him. And we're like keeping our distance. Do you have the video, Zipper? This was him. I just wanted proof.
He looks short.
That I saw this person. He was like, I think a little shorter than me. And then, yeah, okay, I get you.
Oh, yeah, just.
And then he walks down in the bathroom, and I say, that's it. That's the end of the road. He went into the bathroom. I don't know what he was doing in there. I didn't follow
Probably
him in.
using the restroom.
And he's like, I hear water running.
And that was it. And then
I went into the restroom. There's no one there.
Bro, Potato Saul messages me later on, and he said he took a picture in the bathroom. I'll show you guys. I'd like to actually protect his identity. He said it was actually him.
Wait.
Potato Soul grabbed this picture?
Yeah, he got a picture with him
Oh, with him.
in the bathroom.
That's him?
That's him.
Well, if you want to protect his identity, we have to censor what the hoodie was because there's so many pictures of the event. You could probably find one.
I think that's say someone does the
If
work,
they
they do the work.
sleuth that much,
I'm not going to show his face, but that's a name to the face, and that kind of ends. Well, again, it could be a random person.
it could be a red herring because I still think he's for multiple people.
It could be multiple people.
Yeah.
It's the only thing that makes sense.
Could
There's
have
too
been
many
Michael
messages.
Wilborough. But yeah, that was the great Fartimore mystery.
Wow.
That fucker has terrorized
Mystery
me for
solved.
so long.
That's beautiful.
You're gonna be. Look, I think he's one of those. He's one of those chatters that you'd be sad if he left.
No. Oh, sorry. Yeah.
By the hand of a different samurai.
I
maybe?
would be sad if he left. If he died. If he got ripped apart by a factory machine that sorts hamburgers.
That would be sad.
Yeah, I'd be sad.
But if he didn't chat again, I would probably be happy.
He's hurt both you so good.
Yeah. How does this happen?
Well, look, to be fair, I would be happy because it means he's out there living a life. He has
Dude,
sent
that's true.
so many chat messages. You have to understand the amount of Twitch he watches exceeds the
crazy.
time
He's
of a
like an
full-time job.
anti-mod. He's like someone who comes to your chat just to make chat worse.
Yeah, but he rides a line. He never crosses a line and makes it a bad chat. He just exists, and he's very precise at what he does. He's like an asset to a national intelligence agency.
I witnessed a pretty funny slime interaction this weekend. I'd love to tell you guys about.
Please.
So we were at Guild House, which is the bar after Genesis everyone goes to, and a guy came up to Slime and was like, Slime, maybe you can correct exactly what he said, but he said something along the lines of Slime, you made me realize that I'm autistic.
Oh God!
And what do you guys think Slime said to that? What would you say if someone said that to you?
This will be on the test.
God help me.
I don't care that you're autistic.
He goes.
Why would you say that to me?
He goes, I'm not like you. I can be loud in public. And then he starts yelling in public. He starts going,
I yelled so loud. I yelled so loud at a bar that people were they looked.
that everyone turned and looked.
Yeah. So
And
weird.
and the girl behind the girl behind the bar, I can't think of the word, the fucking not the
Bartender?
barista, the bartender. The bartender it's just it looks up, she's shocked, she's scared by it. And I turn around too, because Slime is my friend is screaming. I turn around and the guy, I turn around as he's still yelling. So I get to see what happens as a reaction. And the guy doesn't flinch at all. I think he flinches maybe a little bit at the yelling, but he doesn't laugh or reciprocate or do it. He just kind of doesn't understand.
He's
He just kind of,
autistic.
and I went, well, look, that guy's autistic,
Yeah.
Dude,
but there's two of them.
come on. That's insane. It's so
No,
he's
stop,
an insane
stop.
person.
He's insane.
In the story we just
Fucking
heard.
crazy person for that.
You know what he said specifically? He came up to me. He's like, okay, I know maybe this isn't something you want to hear. And I'm starting to brace myself.
The meter's already growing.
I'm like, yeah, man. And he's like, I started, when I watch podcasts, I started thinking about the way I get about loud noises and the way and I was just angry all the time. And I would be really angry and I would be a dick to people. And then I found out, that I'm autistic. And that was what it was. And I was just mad that
Oh my God.
I was like,
So someone comes up to you and they're writing to you I found out I can't talk. And you go, I can talk.
No,
Watch this. I'm talking right now.
Talk.
Yeah, you're doing that.
yeah, because I don't think I'm autistic.
It sounds pretty.
I immediately, there's two things I wanted to do with
Do you go to
this.
people in wheelchairs and jump up and down?
One, I wanted to test the theory. I was like, okay, if he freaks out, let me stress test this. And two, I'm annoyed.
Stop. We're gonna stop
fuck
on
that.
one.
You wanted to see if he had stolen valor?
Yeah. Here,
Yes.
You said
hello, ma'am. May I shake your baby?
So you work at Goodwill and someone comes and they're like, yeah, I served. I have PTSD. You go, okay, let's find out. And you shoot blanks in a gun.
Yeah.
And you clap and then you go, freak out. Where's your PTSD?
Yes. Because I'm annoyed at the idea because he already knew it was going to be annoying to me. He could have just not done this. So I was like, you know what? Fuck it. Let's give this a shot. And so I go, I'm not like you. Like Nick said, I can be loud in public. Ah! That's why my voice is all fucked up. And he didn't.
From that? It's fucked up from that.
In general, we were yelling at Mango and shit. So I think it might be stolen valor because he didn't do anything.
Dude, you weren't autistic enough when I screamed in your face.
The guy did not know how to engage with it. It was so funny.
I didn't think anyone would.
No,
Autistic.
You laugh. You laugh. You say, that's crazy.
This is unbelievable.
It is crazy.
How is it unbelievable?
No,
Dude, I'm fucking, god damn it.
You're the shit.
I think if he yelled back,
that'd be tight.
there'd be some people listening would be like, oh, guys, there's a couple autistic guys here.
That'd be fine.
They're screaming
Dude,
in a bar.
If he just starts yelling back at me, I just
crazy,
shake his hand and I go, well played.
The whole weekend I had pretty positive fan interactions, but there was one where me and Anthony were sitting down and playing together, and the guy came up to us and he started the conversation by saying, what do I need to do to get on the yard? And I immediately look at Anthony, even though I'm in the middle of a game of Melee against someone else. Saucy Main, the Luigi main, is to my right. And I see the steam already building. And I've never been in this spot before where I'm there witnessing an interaction that I know is going to go horrifically bad.
He's never been there before?
I actually have not been there.
I've been in this spot 40 times.
I step in with the bomb defusal kit
That's what I do.
Cut Anthony off, and I'm doing everything I can to engage this guy in a normal conversation. And every time he's the option to pick the good conversation path, he goes left.
The guy fucked up a lot. And I realized what Aiden was doing.
He was also over 30, I heard.
He was. And I let Aiden drive. I just thought it was really
To your
funny.
credit, you're receptive. If I jump in to defuse, you'll accept it.
Yeah, he did that. Because I knew it's I need to do this for the good of the 5 people sitting here. I need to jump in now.
I'm not trying to show out. I don't get enjoyment from this shit.
And then this conversation, the end point we're at, keep in mind, he's picked the bad option the whole way down.
Give me an example of a bad option.
Well,
one of the times he was he said something about how do I get on the yard? And I'm I said something I think you got to have bigger goals or something like that. I was playing around with it, but then he said something I just want to be your guys' friends. And I instantly look at Aiden and I just put my arm around him and I just start patting his head and I just say, he's gonna talk to you now. I said, he's gonna talk to you.
We're slowly. The end result of this conversation is I'm saying, because the guy is everybody in this interaction is obviously well-meaning, and I'm yeah, we could just sit down and play some Melee. You could just come up like anybody else would, and we could just play some Melee together. And I mentioned this a couple times, and then we've been locked in this conversational loop for maybe a few minutes.
To be fair, Aiden also was but I will say you have changed the dynamic to this guy. You have changed the dynamic. Aiden was not letting him down easy. He was making sure he knew, like he does with his girlfriend, that he's done something wrong.
Yes. Yes.
But
he likes to show the dog where he's shit.
The end result was I was it would be, like any other person I meet at a Melee tournament, I'm down to play Melee and chat, and I'm offering that to do later in the day or whenever would be possible. And then he's I'm just not very good at Melee. I don't know. I don't play very much anymore. And then and then Saucy Main and Abel, who have been listening to the conversation the entire time, but awkwardly, Saucy Main cuts me off and says, dude, just say yes. Just play Melee with him. Just say you can just play Melee with him. And
saying no to Melee there
I
is
just
so
burst
cool.
out laughing because it's so funny that of the third party has to jump in for me.
Slime is even holding back.
No,
I said the least out of all
I'd
this.
rather just be your friend. I don't want to play Melee. I'd rather just hang out.
I
with you
said
guys.
the least out of all this shit.
Yeah,
I
what if I
promise.
just go in the army and don't do the whole Melee thing?
And I saw the guy later again that night, and he was nice, and I said hi, and I think, like I said, everybody in that interaction is well-meaning, but it was so funny to go down the chain of command in the interaction, trying to diffuse the conversational bomb.
Yeah, what I've realized is Nick's the chaotic evil one.
Wait, what?
I feel if you see Slime in that spot, you let him burst.
Oh yeah.
Dude, were you around for
You
one?
let him burst.
Sometimes you like getting crazy.
I think
So
you like
let me tell you exactly my thought tree, because there's part of that maybe is true, but
Hold on, and then there's a third option where sometimes he'll deflect and he'll exit, right? But the third option is Nick will set up like the jigsaw trap for them, and he'll create like Anthony explodes and like has his loud yell to the room interaction, but Nick will set up a game.
well, it's fun. I think Aiden, I have a new thing I do, which I think Aiden has witnessed a couple times, where when someone comes up, if they say something to me first, I never choose this path. But if they say something to Slime directly first, I know that conversation is eventually going to also come to me. Like,
yeah, you're here to see the yard
when we're
guys.
together, sometimes they'll beeline to him and they'll be like, Slime, can I? And I'm like, okay, well, I'm in the waiting room now for this guy. But if they say something cringe to him, I do this thing now where I go, oh, out loud, I go, oh. and then I walk away before they can get to me.
Oh, dude, that actually hurts so much more.
So
And it's only if they
That's-
if it's
yeah.
like the guys
They
who really
really-
biff it.
That's like what a hot
sparingly.
girl in high school rehearses.
I go, oh, because it's just so bad. And I'm like, well, I'm not going to talk to
You know
you.
what I've been starting to think about something. It's because I think I have the least amount of these interactions. And at first I thought this was because I think in general, my reaction to most versions of people coming up to meet me is just positive. I do whatever I can to make this interaction positive for the other person.
I think it's true.
Even if they say something awkward. And for a long time, I thought we must be getting the same sample size of people. But then, and then I'm diffusing the conversation.
You're a master of your craft. It's your
Yeah.
tools.
But I think at this point, it's been enough years of seeing other people approach Slime and Nick first. And I think Slime genuinely attracts a different type of freak.
Yes.
He actually gets way more
know
of
what it
the
is about him?
insane interactions.
You know what it is about him? I think people who come up to him are gamifying meeting him. Like they want to be one of the ones that win the interaction.
They want to
Special,
thread the
yeah.
needle.
Yeah, they want to be like, this guy normally doesn't like people, or at least
They
that's the
wanna
way it
break the
seems.
matrix.
And I think the
and
pressure
shit.
is more on when you meet him, so you feel
Well,
I need
anyone
to
who
do
thinks
something
about it
different.
that way is obviously going to faux pas socially because they're thinking about social interactions like
They have a
games to
higher
be
chance.
played.
It's just a harder character to main when you.
yeah.
Well, there are people who are very normal. Again, most people. I know it's fun to talk about the people that are cringe. Again, disclaimer: most people are normal, and it's great, and the tournaments are awesome. But a lot of times people will come up and they'll be totally normal, and then they'll finish the interaction, and I'd be like, "All right, have a good one, man. Nice to meet you." And then I'd be like, "I was really nervous, by the way," and I'd be like, "I couldn't tell." And so it's like they just passed, their own little test.
Sure.
But they also wanted to make sure I knew. Maybe because they thought they were coming off weird or something.
And I guess someone who fails the interaction doesn't end by going, I was really nervous, by the way. Because it was apparent.
Yeah.
They don't need to follow up by saying that.
Dude, there was I was sitting and talking to Mojo and Coney 20XX Cumfox Brandon.
YouTube Shorts Andy.
YouTube Shorts Brandon Cumfox Coney 20XX. And I was sitting talking to those guys for an hour, and we're just catching up. And throughout the whole time, people just keep coming up, right? And these guys, I've known these guys for fucking years now, and they're used to it or whatever. But every time Brandon was talking to me, he was talking about his life and shit, and they would come up and interrupt. And I don't really love that because it's like he's talking to me. You're not interrupting me. You're interrupting my friend.
Yeah.
And so I'd say, for one, I'd be like, he's talking. And then they'd cower.
Yeah.
And they'd be like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. And I'd be like, it's okay. Do you want a picture? And they'd say yes. And then I say, Brandon has to be in it.
Yeah.
So there's 5 people with me, Coney, and them. And Coney's just doing this every time.
Mike really likes being the one to say, "Oh, I'll take it for you guys," because Mike always takes a selfie first.
Classic.
Yeah. Mike's got a lot of selfies
So
on
there's a
people's
lot
phones.
of pictures of Mike in our friend people's phones too.
Someone gave us dice. That was, I think, the highlight. This girl
D&D
came
dice?
up. Yeah, she made D&D dice for all of us.
Oh,
It's in my
what?
bag. I'll
That's
bring
pretty
it.
cool.
But
Those
are pricey.
I was like, we will be using these.
I bought so many new dice
Really?
on the TikTok shop, yeah.
Someone gave me and you, specifically me and you, a big ass gift. Like a fucking kid's birthday party bag gift. And I was playing friendlies with Magi when I got it. And then she walks away. She was sweet. She walks away, and Maggie looks at me and is like, now what? Like, now you have that big bag. Now what? And I'm like, yeah, I don't know. I guess I'll fucking.
I have yours, by the way. I
guess I'll take it home.
I have Aiden's.
But I'm like, look, everyone's so nice, but I don't want a big bag.
No, I didn't have the heart to tell her, bro. I was like, this is a lot of stuff.
What was the PS5?
Well, yeah, I took the PS5. I left you the rest. I left you like the manuals,
what the frick,
like
man?
the game manuals.
Nick cut the $100 bill out of the card, and then you just
bullshit, bro. Do you ever get those soap bars when you're younger that have money in it?
Yeah.
What, money?
Yeah, that's like $1 or whatever in it.
It would have an amount of
Like
money. It could be up to 100.
Is it supposed to like encourage your kid to wash their hands or something?
And some make money. Yeah, I guess. I think it was like to encourage soap usage.
Yeah.
And then at the end, you have a fun surprise.
The guy, one of the guys that came up to me, he was the guy who beat me last year in pools. And he was a funny guy last year, but he comes up and he's like, hey, dude, do you remember me? And I'm like, kind of looking at him, and he's like, we played last year in pools. I'm like, how could I fucking forget? Because, you know, like threw and shit. Yeah. And he was very funny, and he was wearing the same outfit. He made sure it was like a green plaid. It wasn't like a special outfit. He was clearly wearing the same thing, and he was like, I want to money match you. And it's like, I was like, have you been playing all year? He's like, yeah. And I was like, well, I haven't. So I'm going to turn that down. And instead, I am just going to call you master from now on. And so now I call him chef. And so every time I saw him, I was like, yes, chef. Hello, chef. So that was me slinking away from a money match.
He wanted that.
I think
he was cool, though. He was really funny.
There was this younger guy who came up to me, and he said, hey, I went to high school with you.
You used to that. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. You said I know it's
Why did you say Diesel Derek came up to you?
Too many people are becoming friends with Diesel Derek after this weekend.
Dude, we were at the bar and literally a random guy, like must be a listener of the show. Someone was just like, Diesel Derek, isn't he 19? And Aiden screams in the bar, he's not 19!
Dude, he looks like Clark Kent.
It's bad.
He's like an adult man.
We've gone into we're in Guildhouse. We all showed our IDs to get in. We're in the middle of a crew battle. I'm on Diesel Derek's team in this crew battle.
Drink. You could go.
That's true.
And then the whole of the YB boys who I'm playing with are talking about loudly yelling
boys
to the other team about how young Derek is. And I look at the other team and I'm like, he's 29 years old.
Yeah, he's
just
older
so you
than
know.
you.
And the bit has escaped even the yard.
Shake and
it's
Diesel
going
Derek
too far.
went out.
Shake and Yingling hung out with him
till
all
5
night.
a.m. It took so long because they kept having to go one person in the bar and then two out with the IDs to get Diesel Derek in.
Yep.
Anyway, different guy who looks like he's like college age. And he comes up to me and he says, he's friends with Ethan, my little brother. And then he went to high school and then he like lived in our town in Washington, which is all wild. He's roommates with Graves now.
Yeah.
And
that's awesome.
And he's like, do you think...
After that loss, Graves had to really move to a tough neighborhood.
He had to move to the boonies.
Yeah, he's stuck in the boonies now. And
Ludwig rode by him on the bike.
Graves was spit roasting Adrian.
You gotta eat. Can't blame him.
Do you think Slime would money match Graves? And I was like,
no. I wouldn't let him as his representative. I wouldn't let him.
I was like, first of all, no. But second,
my counsel would never let me do that.
It would take all the joy because there's just
yard on top.
There's just no chance.
Yeah.
There's no chance anymore. Yeah. And it was a beautiful thing. It was already unlikely at the time.
I think that's cowardly. I would money match you.
I'd money match you. You'd money match me.
Yeah.
How much you want to play for?
When would you want to play?
When?
Yeah.
I don't know. We can play right after this.
I'm busy.
Busy, right?
Busy.
Right. That's like a busy time for you.
But I'm down like as a general thing. If our schedules align and it's cohesive,
in which they don't usually.
And I would need my controller.
Probably get it worked on first.
Yeah, you just have to like be willing to do it.
Yeah.
Shake also, speaking of controllers, Shake is just fucking screaming at me the whole tournament because I got there Friday, I played for like 4 hours, played my pool, busted out, played like shit. But I haven't played Melee in so long, and my hands were like bruised. It just hurt. I hold my controller too hard and shit. But anyway, I play a bunch, and then later on that day, I see Shake and we're hanging out, and he's like, we're bored. He's like, yeah, you want to play Melee? And I say, sure, I like that game. And I sit down with my busted up hands, and I play, and I JV4 stock him, which is just...
No.
And he looked ugly in that picture with the fucking meatballs.
Yeah.
And you'll never go on a date with Pokimane.
And he said he could beat you at dinner.
Yeah,
which is
crazy. And,
No.
then he backed it. Well, to be fair, I said I could beat him
It was
at
his
StarCraft.
fox.
I think he would treat Pokimane wonderfully. By
I
the
think
way.
they would have an excellent date.
I
To be
really do.
to
have a
be
great
honest, Pokey would be so lucky.
Pokey would be
Posty would be so. I'm gonna.
To go on a date with Shake Drizzle.
I know
I'm
Pokey's
not-
history.
we're talking about like it's a joke. I think they'd be amazing together.
I
Not
know
kidding.
Pokey's dating history. None match to Shake.
And Zipper, I did send you a picture, Pokemon. If you're watching this, I know you do watch the pod. Just close your eyes for a little bit. We're gonna bring
Just
up,
close him for a little bit.
we're gonna bring up a picture.
Iman.
We're gonna bring up a picture.
So-
It's actually a different guy.
So I'm playing Shake. I JV for him, and then right after I was like, I cannot keep playing. My hands hurt way too much. I can't play, dude. I'm sorry. And he just looks at me. He's like, really? And I'm like, yeah. and then he ate his shame meatballs.
Yeah.
But
Funny this picture.
You did dog him.
I one and done him with a JV4, and the whole weekend he just kept talking about it to people. But he told it to Nick. He was like, "Guess what? This guy JV4s me," and then just walks away on the setup. And then Nick was like, "Why did you tell me that?"
Yeah, no, he was like, this guy's like, my fucking hands hurt, and he plays and he JV4s me, and then he just gets up, and I thought about it for like a second, and I'm like, his hands hurt, and he JV4'd me? And Shake's like, why is that all you heard from that? And I'm like, I mean, why'd you admit it?
Yeah, Nick said that's the loudest part
That's
of what
the
you
loudest
said.
part of what you said.
Yeah, that's. He was saying with a little too much pride, a little too much chest.
He's like, "Can you believe this
Can you
guy?"
believe this guy destroyed me really badly?
Well, he went 1-2 today. You JV4'd you.
I went
He
1 and 2. I lost to terrible players, and I'm that much worse.
That's
how it
tough.
is.
The
I got nervous.
A man who never enters never loses.
You're right, but I'd rather have lost. I'd rather have entered and lost.
Lost
than
and
to have
learned,
never
then
entered
never
at
lost
all.
at all. Classic.
Goddamn right.
Yeah, all three of you entered. All three of you kind of did shit, no?
He
I
didn't
didn't
answer.
play.
I played Jigglypuff.
Oh, right, you couldn't.
Nick he took some souls, and then he had to play a puff diddle.
Karma
for the-
got me.
Yeah.
Karma did get you.
I was in bracket, and there was a lot of people who were like, aren't you a Falco? And I'm like, yes.
Jigglypuff.
Time to play. Sorry, sir. And then they would just like visibly be like, and I'm just like, wee.
There was a kid.
Spaceys.
Dude, there was like this young kid who played like a great Falco. He was like, we were all looking like this kid plays great.
Yeah,
And
I find like my dream and all my time playing Puff was like, I just want to play a Falco in a part of tournament that matters. And I want to see what happens. I'm so strong at that matchup. I finally got a Falco, one before my match to make it out. And he was very solid. And he was super aggressive. And he played so cool.
and he lost.
and he lost.
He
was
lost
like,
to Nick's Puff Ludwig
And I
Jr.
was like, Jigglypuff.
I remember just being like,
I hit the big kid on him.
yeah, dude. Oh, it was actually
I
sick.
rested under his laser and I rested him when he landed. And Zane was like, what? Or Zane Apengu.
And I was like, that's the big kid. And then you stood up and he's like, did you see the big kid? And I was like, yeah, I told him. And this poor fucking kid, he had to be like fucking 20 at most. He was just like, I'm like, I hope he keeps playing.
And I was kind of feeling that was the worst part, was beating a cool Falco, because I literally told him after, I'm like, I know it's a little annoying, but I like how you play that matchup. It's really cool. Like, you're really aggressive. And he was like, thanks.
Oh, look, you believe about it.
Yeah, he did that. Then he punched me. No, he was like, thanks, man. But then my raid boss at the end of my pool, this guy comes up and he's smiling, and he's just like, he's like, you play me now. I play Puff too. And I'm like, oh God, it's the only character I don't want to play against. I'd rather play a Luigi. And then we walk over, and I don't even know how long it was. I sat looking at the character's LED screen for like minutes. I'm like, I don't want to do this right now. I know I'm gonna lose. Like, I also just like don't want to play the matchup. And he's like smiling. He's like this. He's like, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? And then I played Puff. And then I was like, okay, I'll play Puff, but we have to go no Dreamland the entire set. And he's like, deal. We can go Yoshi's every game. And I was like, my man.
Motherfucker.
And then he won.
And that's karma.
That is karma.
That was to get out.
It
The
got my-
only
it
thing
was
I
my goal, was
got
to get out.
is one of my first like harder match in my pool that I didn't get to go to. I played him on ranked right before this, and I wanted to beat him so bad
Just to feel like
like
maybe-
mentally prove a point to myself. It did go good,
Dude,
for me.
I'm gonna say some shit. When I come into this office and he's got his headphones on playing Melee, I feel like Dad's about to get home and I had bad grades for the semester.
Yeah, man.
I get
wanna
scared,
be-
bro.
I wanna be Daddy
I don't
so
like this
bad.
shit.
I do think Aiden is a scarier man playing Melee than like being a stranger would be interacting with you.
I think so.
I'd rather run through 100 interactions with slime as a stranger.
I was locked in.
Because if you guys, like, you see this sweet Aiden, maybe you've met him.
They think he's so sweet.
If you saw him behind closed doors with a controller in his hands.
Oh my God, with a belt in his hands too, maybe.
That's what it feels like. It feels like it's a fucking time. Yep. What are you looking at?
And it's not like Mogi. Mogi's different because he's mad at the game. He's mad at the randomness. But Melee's mad at the world.
Dude, he only speaks through his teeth when he's done playing Melee.
Yeah. The things that Moky said is like,
come on! Might as well be talking about buying flowers.
It's the preamble to like what his whole speech was. What his tirades are.
Yeah,
it's scary.
Well said, Ludwig.
But you got so much better.
Low key.
I have to give you that.
I beat Dacky today.
You beat
That's
Dacky.
awesome.
I've lost to Dacky for. Do you know how long I've been losing to Dacky?
I've been losing to
Dacky for almost a decade.
I went 10 years without hearing that name till today.
Well, that's sad because
Dacky.
For who?
For him, that means you didn't pay attention
To what?
to Melee.
I pay attention. What
That means you did pay attention.
Hungry Box won. And then he beat himself.
I had beast.
That picture's so good. I knew when I saw it on the screen, I'm like, that will be awesome online
He
later.
was so wet.
You know what sucks? I called him winning early.
You've called him winning like the last 3
You
rounds, though.
you bet on him winning when one of your players was still in the tournament.
Yeah.
Fuck, I was so happy I didn't take that bet to you.
I made a bet to Aiden before the tournament started. I said 5-1 Hungry Box wins.
Cocaine won.
And he said $1,000.
So I'd have to pay huge.
You would have to pay me $1,000 and I would have to pay $200 if I lost. And I knew I wouldn't because I knew he would win. Because I can
And then I didn't take it. I was too scared. I was like, Wands and losers, this is looking scary.
What sucks is I knew Juan would win and I still lost $600.
Yeah.
Because I bet on him in winners and he didn't win through there.
Mango did the thing where he busters out and then doesn't stay for the picture of top 8 after, which he does every time he loses at Genesis. And they take the picture and we all leave to go to dinner and leave the venue. I see Mango out front of the venue. He's just there, and he just didn't go inside for the picture. And I'm like, hey, we're going to dinner. You want to go to dinner? And he goes, did I take the picture in there? And I'm like, yeah. And he's like, so Bobak made me walk here for nothing?
What?
And I'm like, what? I'm like, I'm just inviting you to dinner. I don't care about any of this. And he's like, he's pissed that Bobak made him walk back to the venue to take the picture.
And then they took it anyway.
And they took it anyway, but he was late.
That's so
like he was
funny,
clearly
bro.
just got here. Way after it was taken, like 10 minutes after it was taken.
He was still there. You know how much longer? Because I had a line of people, and then I was waiting to exit. Yeah. And I go through the line. He's still there like 20 minutes after, in the same spot, I presume.
Yeah, right.
But now smoking a cigarette.
That's awesome.
That I
He
think
didn't smoke a lot of cigarettes.
It was spawned for him. And then the video of him's crazy.
It was a great video.
There's a video of Mango. It's just him being pushed away by a security guard, trying to juke out the security guard like he's Saquon Barkley, failing, and then like swinging his shirt, and then it just shows an incredulous Hungry Box.
But look at him.
Look at him trying to juke.
The guy is just standing there.
He's clearly trying to fight Hungry Box, so he's swinging at him, right?
Yeah, he's definitely trying to fight Hungry Box. The security guard does not understand the context.
And they got their fight. I ended up seeing pictures of them on the ground.
Oh, yeah.
Shout out to US Marine on the left.
I'm sure the entire night he went, let me fight you, Hungry Box.
No, Mango, I can't fight. I'm taking the wife to Disneyland.
I already beat myself and I want to do it again.
I already got super wet on stage for everyone.
Wakanda forever.
Yeah, Wakanda forever.
Wakanda.
I've always said that.
No, I don't like how it felt on my tongue. I'm going to take it back.
Oh, you get used to it. I've said it a lot.
How about he won?
Wakanda forever.
Wakanda forever. I'm with you. Retweet.
And you do it.
I was happy for it.
I got to ask this question earlier today. Curious what you guys think. You could combine any 2 fruits and make a fruit. Which one would you do?
Aiden and a banana.
Let's go.
No, but for real, blueberries and
sour grapes and watermelon was my answer.
You guys are all fucking stupid, dude.
You're fucking stupid. You're fucking stupid.
Including you.
I imagine when you combine 2, it's like one, you keep the shape of one and the flavor of another.
As opposed to kind of a mixture.
Yeah.
You ever have like a plum cot?
As opposed to magical new flavor.
It's like the Pokemon.
Is a plum cot a
combiner.
real thing?
Yeah, it's a plum and an apricot.
But I'm saying as opposed to like
they gene splice them when they grow them, and then they have elements of both.
Peach and a watermelon.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, give me a
that's fire. Like a fuzzy watermelon. Like is it peach size or watermelon size?
It's in the middle.
Oh,
it'd
it's
be
like
so weird to have like a
melon-sized,
watermelon like this size but peach fuzz.
Yeah, and it's like peach
Yeah.
And you just call them out.
Oh, you could, you ever seen Call Me By Your Name? You go crazy on that shit.
Wow.
Give me a
Go crazy on that shit.
pumpkin-sized
fingers and-
blueberry.
A pumpkin-sized blueberry. You just want big blueberries.
Yeah.
That's just
just
not
a
the question.
It's not size.
That's
it's
not the
the flavor
question.
question.
What do you
It's
mean? I'm mixing the two.
misunderstood
size
the
is part of it,
assignment.
but like,
Whoa. You said mix the two. I'm taking the size of the pumpkin
I think
and the
you're
shape of the
autistic.
pumpkin.
You can't handle hypotheticals.
I'm
You, like,
taking the
fucked them
size and the
up.
shape of the pumpkin, but the flavor of a blueberry. That's a combination.
It misses the spirit of the question. So
Sometimes
you're being
when
technically correct.
interracial couples have babies, it looks more like one parent than the other. How is this different?
Yeah, but you don't get to choose.
interracial couples have babies?
yes,
Well,
Nick, why would you even think
They
that?
shouldn't, but they do.
Yeah.
Okay, too far. I'm interracial
a
step
I thought that's what
parents.
you were
Not even as a
implying that
joke.
they shouldn't. I thought it was kind of your
Not even
vibe.
fun to joke about.
That's
but-
actually, dude, there was this the photo of Serena Williams and her husband, who's like one of the co-founders of Reddit, was
I
going
didn't
around.
know that.
Dude, there was some strong anti-interracial marriage sentiment going on in that one.
People hate interracial marriage when an ugly white guy gets a come up. All of a sudden, interracial marriage is bad because the guy looks like shit when he's shirtless. Yeah, he does look bad.
He doesn't look great in the photo. He looks bad in the photo.
No, I won't lie to
He's a
you.
pussy. Yeah.
He's not beating anyone up for her. And she's taller than him.
Yeah, she's accomplished and world famous. Yeah.
I did like
Yeah, he sucks.
there was a lot of replies that were like she's only dating. They're only married for his money. I was like, bro, I think Serena Williams might be the breadwinner in that relationship.
I think she's fine.
Well,
I think she's fine.
doing fine.
She's doing totally
She
fine.
danced with Dot, bro.
He is a
She set
billionaire.
up for life. She danced with Dot.
He's a 6'5" billionaire, is what I learned.
He's 6'5".
Yeah, he's actually 6'5".
God, he made Reddit the front page of the internet.
He's 6'5". He's one of the people.
That's something Alex would say. I'm reading the front page of the
I'm reading the
internet.
front page of the internet this morning. I thought Reddit was also like Aaron Swartz.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, this
They have a
team.
few co-founders. Yeah.
You know what I've been doing recently is drafting tweets and deleting them, and it's been so great.
It's actually a huge
You know
move,
what I've been
especially for
doing?
guys like me.
I draft tweets and I don't delete them. I just text them to Alex because I realize it's all I want is a friend to laugh. I don't
Yeah.
actually need to tweet anymore.
I'm not tweeting funny shit though. I'm tweeting like there's this
You're
really
We
tweeting
know.
kill yourself at strangers.
well that one I don't delete. That I screenshot. But there is like this Pokimane tweet that was like, there's no female streamers that are as big as like higher speed. And then someone quote retweeted and was like, yeah, because they all do OnlyFans. And that if they didn't do OnlyFans, maybe they get some freaking views.
yeah.
It had like 100,000 likes. And I was
Yeah.
like, there's so much wrong with this, but they're just never
There's so
going to be a
much-
successful streamer. And I went through it all. And I was like, why am I telling them this? It doesn't matter. Me telling this information, even though I know so much more about streaming than they ever will
just,
till
like,
they
you
die.
just,
It's just so
even
relevant.
if you gave them the knowledge, they wouldn't know how to think
don't
about
know.
it.
No, it
It's
wouldn't-
just shadows on the cave wall to them. It's
yes,
just, what do they
it
even
is.
fucking know?
You don't get like this often. I like when you get like this.
And,
Because
but
then it's
that-
like,
it happened, like,
this is how
3
I
times.
get, and this is how he gets.
It
Yeah.
happened like 3 times where I kept reading really dumb shit that I was knowledgeable about, but I was like, I shouldn't. There's no point.
Well, I mean, you feel compelled to do it because you're trying to right a wrong you see with the knowledge and the skills you have. That's the basis of it. But then you abandon ship.
Also, if Mr. Beast hung his hot dog on OnlyFans, he'd be bigger than ever.
What the
I don't think
fuck is
that's
that
actually
sentence?
true. I don't think that's actually.
If he put his penis on OnlyFans?
I don't think if he shows me,
Yeah, if he
Well,
was,
he'd
if
lose.
Mr. Beast start,
Mr. Beast is a
definitely.
He'd lose in
transactional
his
relationship,
position, right?
No.
Mr.
He
Beast-
loses so much money if he does that.
Mr.
Yeah.
Beast is more of a creator where you see his penis for money. You don't like, you know what I'm saying?
You see his
Mr.
penis
Beast
for
represents gambling and chance to change your life.
Yeah.
That's not
think he-
what OnlyFans is for. You know what I'm saying?
Nope.
No,
This
I
time I
don't.
don't.
I'm gonna be honest. I
time
listened to
you've
that whole
lost me,
thing. I have no
actually.
idea what you mean.
Thank you, Zipper. Zipper said I do. OnlyFans is about fostering a sexual parasocial relationship with your viewer.
Yeah, I think when
Mr.
Mr.
Beast-
Beast went in the pyramids, I think that's what he was doing.
I don't think Mr.
I think he was trying to foster a sexual parasocial relationship
with a pharaoh's ghost.
with like a kid in India.
India.
Yeah, like his viewers. Like 80%.
Right.
a TV in
I'm
India.
yeah. I'm not following either of you. I think.
No, sorry. This is Plato and Socrates.
Yeah.
You're one of the guys in the back.
Again, shadow on the wall.
Shadow on the
Yeah,
wall,
you're in the
yeah.
cave
You're
right
in
now.
the back.
I don't know,
Yeah.
and I'm just going. I know the Mr. Beast guy.
I'm on the streets outside the building. I'm with the vendors.
So okay, well fine. I guess I'll concede, but I still think it'd break the internet. Can we agree on
Did you
that?
finish Beast
I
Games?
wouldn't break the
I did
internet.
finish Beast Games.
They're kind of crazy.
It was kind of a lame ending.
Well, like just the actual ending game, or like the ending episode.
The ending game, and also just kind of the way it played out.
Sure, that's fair.
I think on paper it's cool. Like on paper, you go, that would be so dope if it happened that way. But then you watch it and you're like, oh,
It was quick.
Beast Games. What is this? Genesis? He's a H Beast.
No, that is a stretch.
That was horrendous.
That was a stretch. It was a stretch. Dude, today I had Elon's worried about X.com. He needs to be with his ex. And I didn't post that. So if I didn't post that, you don't get to say that.
That's pretty
It
good.
was more of a stretch.
I like
That was
that.
pretty good.
Judge man. You know this crazy old fucked up world full of piss and porn,
and
sour
jizz.
movies.
All sorts of junk
You
food,
guys
too.
are my best friends.
Yeah.
You ever think that about me?
Yeah.
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 Yeah, I think that about you.
Do
Yeah.
you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You say it quieter than the rest of them.
I said it pretty quiet.
That's cool.
I've had before you guys had an episode without me. I had COVID, and I'm having a weird post-COVID symptom where
Throat still weak?
throat is weak. I heard you guys talk about that. Okay, let's maybe keep those.
True.
Throat.
You got a weak throat.
Weak
Is
throat.
there a way to strengthen it? Am I born with that? Is it gone?
So having to ask that question kind of locks you out.
How do you get a bigger penis?
Yeah,
Probably
okay.
be weak throat forever. It's like, what do you got?
I think is the average based on soft or hard? Because so I have this weird post-COVID symptom where everything, including air, smells like rotting food, and also like chemicals, like ammonia.
That's
That's a
it's
symptom?
yeah, it's called it starts with a P, but it started yesterday, and I thought there was something rotting in my hotel room.
ew.
And I was searching around. I'm like, what is that fucking smell? So I just left the hotel, and the smell followed. And I was just like, what? And I'm wearing normal clothes. I'm wearing new clothes.
This is also like that SpongeBob episode.
That word.
Parosmia.
Yeah.
Whoa.
And I was like, what is this fucking smell? And if you look up how it's described, it described exactly what I'm smelling.
Whoa.
Like rotten food, garbage. And it hasn't left. It's like making my day worse. Like I woke up this morning and I was just with Shake all day, and I was just like, oh, I don't even want to. I want to mouth breathe, because every time I go like this, it just smells like disgusting.
Dude,
That's awful.
I did not know about this. It really
I've had COVID
it
before.
really
It's never
pivoted.
happened.
A few years ago, the hot symptom was you lost taste and smell, and now it's giving you.
Yeah, and I
back.
have like a subdued taste and smell right now.
Yeah.
But now that my smell is starting to come back, it's only smells bad. Like everything smells bad. Which the way they describe it is it's like your nose forgets how to smell, and you have to retrain it.
You have to retrain. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Is I remember hearing about that back in the days. People do retraining courses.
Yeah.
And they have a
your
bunch
nose?
of jars of scents, and they have to
One of them's just a butt.
one of them's a big butt ass, and you gotta smell that
It's
shit
the
too.
doctor's ass face up.
The doctor goes, and then for the final smell, and this one's butt, and he pulls that shit out.
No, he doesn't say that.
And
he
it should
says,
smell good.
He says, "What's this?"
You ever
Yeah,
watch
yeah.
that European show where it's pitch black and they smell and they have to guess what it is, and one of them's a butt and they put their nose in the butt and they smell and they goes, that
that's-
smells like shit.
That just can't be.
And then it goes ding and it's correct and he's like, oh
I
no.
think we have watched this
that's
on the
like a
pod
thing
before.
that
I think
I
I'd
feel
know.
like we'd make up on this
Do you
show.
think you'd know?
I think I'd be able to know it's butt.
I think if it was
To
my
be
butt,
clear, yeah, of course you would fucking be able to tell.
No,
I don't think you could tell.
I think.
I think it's
I think
I
you'd be
think
like,
someone
oh,
else
it's
is.
a beautiful
sometimes-
French dish.
Sometimes butt smells nice. You
What?
get some nice butt. You fresh out the shower, a little butt.
Pause. Smell of the
Pause,
dark.
'cause why are you?
Also known as der Gerunst der Dunkelheit.
Yeah.
That is not a real language,
Do
bro.
you look at video of butt?
Smell
Yeah,
of the dark.
smelly ass.
Danish game show.
Yep. Yeah, click that. Click funny media online Reddit.
That one just says total
Any of these
total
work, really.
blackout. Oh, is that the show? Total blackout?
I guess this may be like an American version name of
It
it.
says Danish game show in total.
Dude, I'm excited.
Suing
Oh, because they're in the complete dark. That's why I looked at
That's
this.
Magnus Carlsen. This is what he did before he got good at chess.
Is your audio?
Ost.
Cheese? Oh! Old
Old
son. No.
socks.
Stop! Stop!
Swanebukser.
Ew!
Oh, he's getting in there, dude.
Wait, can I taste it?
Dude, he's just whiffing that guy's
Dude,
butt.
he is up in that
He's
jar.
getting too involved.
My God, I think he likes it, low key.
Oh, he found out so long ago.
Ugh.
Fine, man.
It is
the guy
fine,
moves
man.
over.
Dude, I thought he was gonna go
Yeah,
back
yeah.
in. I thought he was gonna go back in.
He's like grossed out.
Til en sur røv, mand.
Have I really been smelling a stinking
Oh my
ass?
God.
But hope.
Wait, this is the most awesome show ever. What the fuck?
I think I would love to watch a whole show of people smelling butt.
God, that's so.
That guy looks like a Dota player.
so fucking
That
funny.
clip rules.
That's cool.
A smelly ass, correct.
You know what's fucked up? We could do a yard booth like that and we'd have people play it. Isn't that gross? Isn't fandom
don't.
so gross?
We should do we do like an event and we have like a booth where you walk in and you either meet Zipper or you smell one of our butts.
And Zipper's just not
And
there.
the Zipper chance is like 0.000.
Yeah, he
It's-
doesn't
you're-
even
you're-
It's like a
fly out.
fucking hollow.
it's a hollow knife. Like you were cracking like something rare, but you mostly are gonna
Same
smell our
odds.
butts.
It's like 1 in
Yeah.
1,600.
And it's just our butts. You don't know whose butt is who.
Zipper goes, I'm down.
I think it'd be an easy game, to be honest.
I don't think I want people.
I don't know if there's winners and losers.
Yeah, there's
Fans'
no winners.
noses in my
There's
butt like a
no, except for the
fucking
people who
credit
meet
card.
Zipper, actually.
Yeah,
They're
that's winners.
winners.
Probably one, if any.
Fandom is so disgusting.
Dude, shut the fuck up.
Why?
Because
Why are you mad about the truth? You always freak out about the truth.
You're just saying.
You built
fucking
your
shit.
empire on the bones of people that want to smell your butt. And you're okay with that.
You ever think about?
I'm the only guy that's not okay with it.
Yeah, and you're still living off of it. So
But I
why
tell
are-
them, no.
Doesn't matter. Your
Do you think
actions
you-
are
how
way
much do you
louder than
think-
your words.
My actions are not letting them smell
okay,
my butt.
okay. Another hypothetical.
You
Do you
say
think
it like
slavery
he-
is bad?
Yes.
That's a weird amount of time to
He
take.
spent amount of
Yeah,
time on
that's
it.
a
You
weird
thought
amount
about
of
it.
I
time.
wanted to make sure.
Okay. Either way, you can be like slavery's bad, but if you're a slave owner and you're like slavery is bad,
I'm not a
that doesn't make
slave
you,
owner.
I know, but that doesn't make you better than other slave owners. You're just
Yes,
as
it
bad.
does.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah.
The awareness of what you are doing
Well,
being
you're marginally
bad,
better.
huh?
You're marginally better.
Either you're 0%
I'm
better.
a little
It's still
bit better.
really bad.
You're 0% better.
What
0%.
0% better.
Well, how do you own? Why do you own them? What's the circumstances? I need context.
Huh?
I need context. How do you own the slaves?
You to
don't think
do
the
work
context
for
helps.
you?
Not what they were handed down.
Did you grow them?
Like a
I don't. Yeah, they were there. You
3D printed.
you bought them, I guess. I don't know how to.
You
What if I-
he hates them.
What
He
if
thinks
I
slavery is bad, and
3D
he bought
printed
them.
my
What
slaves?
is this, Leviticus? I'm not going to tell you to buy a slave. You just have slaves,
Okay,
okay?
asking questions makes
It's
this
not
the Bible.
The analogy
there
is not
you go
one to
again,
one.
blaming the Bible.
Yeah.
I'm just, it is a hypothetical, and I'm saying self-awareness of this problem that you are participating in to make you better.
There's a difference
I think-
between
am
dream
I? Am I?
and there's a difference between chaperone.
I don't think he was.
Whoa, a genie is
he's
a
not being
slave and a
hypocritical
lamp?
because he's not letting the fans sniff his ass.
Listen,
No, he's hypocritical because he is making money off of the bones of people who would sniff his ass in a room.
if it were up to me, I would behead all of those people and I would leave the people alive who do not want to sniff my ass in a room.
I think that's the majority.
Well, but I'm the only one saying this.
and this
I'm
makes-
the only one saying
and-
this
and
shit.
this makes him
you
a
will
hero.
never say that.
And that makes him a hero.
That makes you fucked up. You will never say that.
It don't make me
you will
fucked
never
up.
say,
It don't make me
I
fucked
wish you
up.
were beheaded for being weird.
At first
But
I-
I will say it.
That wouldn't make me a good person.
I don't think
It
that
makes
would
you
make him a good
slightly
person.
worse.
I don't think Ludwig wants them to sniff his ass.
I don't want them to sniff my ass.
So say
and
it.
I don't want to
So
behead
say
them.
it.
But I don't want to behead them.
Not
I-
even a sniff?
No, no. Well, don't fucking chime in on him. You do this thing, and I don't like it.
What? A question?
You chime in, and I wouldn't even do a sniff because you're fucking living it, and it seems like you hate it. So I
Sniffing
know
the- Yeah, I'm sniffing God's ass, the world's ass, all day.
The ass of the world.
So anyway, don't make you freaking better.
It's
Because you
slightly.
said you want to behead people.
0.01%.
No,
How much do
zero.
you think that you could charge for a sniff of your ass?
How much could I charge?
Yeah, what
I
could
don't
you,
know.
that
That's
would get
tough.
paid.
much.
That would get paid.
Yeah, I think it's not.
Like I'm gonna it's a bidding, like a charity bidding, and it's like, what would it go
Low.
for?
There's
Super
some,
low.
No, there's some gay guy out there that would pass.
First off,
spread.
whoa.
Why would he have to be gay to sniff an ass? I don't
Whoa.
think they.
Because I don't think women have an appetite for that particular thing.
Oh,
No,
appetite.
whoa, I
From Ludwig.
disagree. Ludwig.
From Ludwig.
Oh my God.
Oh,
Call me
I'm
crazy.
Disagreeing.
I think they are way more willing to sniff that ass.
Oh, classic gay sex is just smelling someone's
let's-
butthole.
No, I'm
let's
just
run a
saying
little-
there's a horniness.
Let's
that,
run a little experiment.
What?
Let's run a little experiment. Let's just a hypothetical to engage in. We do the lottery to sniff Taylor Swift's ass.
Yeah.
Every Taylor Swift fandom person is entered in this lottery, and you randomly pick one. Is it more likely to be a man or a woman who sniffs her ass?
Okay.
What we need to say who's a fan. How do we
Well, I would
define?
say first off, a lottery is a much better idea than an auction because I think people would enter it just for the chance. I don't even think they might not want to do it, but they just like would
Well, we
want
have
the
to
chance
like
of winning.
assume for the lottery that the person knows they have to do it if they win, and they're gone through a rigorous process where
just
they are
think
convinced.
In general,
I think there'd be more women in
Online
that.
fandom is fueled by women,
That's true.
and
A
it's
lottery is
probably-
different, though.
And I think it's probably women.
It's a different. It's a
I
different
think
function.
in an auction,
Apples and oranges combined.
Are the cheeks spread?
no,
Why is that a
You
bad
probably
question?
want that,
no.
right?
They're not. You smell. So you're smelling the cheeks, not the butthole.
Look, I don't want to get into the weeds of this because I'm against it to begin with. And
cheeks-
you're
Oh, really?
sucking me
Because
in.
I had to say it for you to say it.
No.
Okay. What do you
no.
want to talk? What do you want to talk about? You want to talk about TwitchCon? What are you talking about? What do you want to talk about?
Don't
talking about
act
Promise
like
Week?
Don't act
Kill
like the two
yourself.
options is some corny shit.
Was it a
No.
1 out of 10 this week?
Don't act like the options are some corny shit and how much would it cost to sniff your ass?
Okay.
out of 10.
Well, Ludwig doesn't want to talk about butts, so we're gonna stop the podcast.
Podcast is over now.
Podcast is over. If
Because
you want,
Ludwig said it's
if
over.
you want to hear
Draw a
us
line.
talk about the inside of a spread cheek, maybe from a celebrity that you like, the Patreon episode is starting up soon,
Fuck it.
so you can
know?
go listen to that one.
Go
Maybe
listen to
we'll
that
put
one.
it
Listen
out.
to
Maybe
that.
we won't
And you
even
know
put
what?
it out this week. You'll subscribe and you won't find one
I
there.
think it should be
Piggy,
whole,
pig.
not cheek. 'Cause I think the cheeks shroud the true scent.
I also think we should release the Patreon for free for everyone, but they won't let me. So
That's literally not true.
I
You
think
should
this-
see
you
what he
don't
says
believe
about
that.
you.
No.
You
I
should
think
see
this
what
is
he
my
says
whole
about
heart.
you.
We should
Mission
release
doesn't
it
even
for
have
free.
dental.
It's for the people.
All right, pay pigs, and we'll see you on the primo.
You've been drinking a lot of coffee, smoking a lot of cigs, eating a lot of donuts.
Dude,
Wait,
that's a weird to touch.
Why was it
I
so
donut
solid
checked him at the
sounding?
coffee shop and he didn't like it.
Kelby was okay. So Kelby and Aiden
It
both
is,
been
that is
fucking
fucked
assholes.
up. That is. It's,
Well, no. So I got on call this morning. We have our call, and Kelby's freaking talking mess to me.
okay. What's he saying?
I'm like, I'm gonna step on the scale. Guess what number it is? He goes 2.
Oh.
And I immediately before he can finish the sentence, I go 2.
And everyone in the call at
You
the same
think the
time.
number starts with 2?
Okay, dude.
Stinky too.
You're kind of asking for this.